So why would a porn star and a preacher get together and talk at Woodhull Sexual Freedom Summit? I'm here with Ellen Willard and the famous Nina Hartley, and I'm Kathy Bartoli from the Intimacy Dojo. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thanks for having us.
And why did you decide to get together? I love the talk topic, but like what how did you meet? How did you decide to do this?
We met through sort of the craziest networking that's ever happened. I saw an interview that Nina had given a number of years ago, and I was listening to what she was saying, and I was like, wow, this is the healthiest view of sexuality I've ever heard in my life. And
I love how Nina models it. It's so curious and playful and
straightforward and non-judgmental. But then I had this other little voice in my head going, but she's a porn star. And I'm like, but wait, this is really, really good stuff. I'm like, wait, but she's a porn star. And I had this like cognitive dissonance thing going on. So I kept searching for interviews. Unfortunately, she's done a couple of them that are out there.
One or two.
I'm getting more and more drawn in. I'm like, I have to talk to this woman because she's talking about sexuality not just as a person-to-person interaction, but with really very spiritual terms and very spiritual undertones, and really sort of honoring the whole person, not just an act between people or among people. And I was like, well, how am I ever going to get in touch with her? Because I would imagine if I were in her position and someone came to me saying, hi, I'm this really, really devout Christian seminarian and I would like to discuss your career with you, that would probably be a hard no. But now that I know her, I know it's a yes. But I had no idea how even to make this introduction. And then I found out just by accident that she happens to know Penn Jillette, who does a lot of work with my older son's good friend. So,
the 6 degrees of freedom thing. We all know somebody
who does a lot of theater production. So I sent him this email saying, I'm about to ask you the strangest question ever, the strangest networking question ever. But here's what I need, or here's what I want, and here's why. He was like, okay, this is a new one for me. And I guess he forwarded my information on. He said, I sent it on. That's all I can do. 20 minutes later, I had an email that said, hi from Nina Hartley.
Oh, wow.
Well, I was really thrilled to meet Ellen because people might not know my background. I'm culturally Jewish, but raised without religion. When I was 10, my parents found Zen Buddhism and stayed there for 46 years. So I grew up around Soto Zen Buddhism, which is the Japanese form of Zen. And the big takeaway for me as a layperson is personal responsibility, mindfulness, and compassion.
Yeah.
And after suffering many, many years in my life over many, many things, one of the things I discovered, of course, is compassion is a choice that we make, the behavioral choice that we make in the moment. And we can choose our old way or compassionate way. And so I'm always willing to talk to any person coming from a religious background. If they're willing to treat me as a human and not from a preconceived notion, I will talk to you because as Ellen and I, and most anybody who has had even one transcendent sexual experience knows that the experience of the divine, however we get to it, feels the same in the body. You are transformed when you have this experience of spirit entering you. And Ellen knows more about the history than I do, but I've always known in my feminist way that the break between the so-called profane body and the so-called good spirit was always a false dichotomy and led to countless miseries and countless harms in the world, and down where we find ourselves today in the relative role of men and women being constrained sexually and men being constrained emotionally. And we are now, Nina has always been a, Florence Nightingale in the trenches of the gender wars, because most people are walking wounded.
Yes.
So Ellen deals with people who are walking wounded in a spiritual manner, and I deal with people who are also spiritually wounded. And so she enters them from the heart in, I enter from the skin in, but we get to the same place.
Yeah.
Because human.
Yeah.
Ellen and I hope to see you at Woodhull. It is really an incredible, even if you don't make it to our particular talk, because another talk is opposite and it's amazing. I do believe will be recorded, voice recorded.
Are we?
Probably. They do that. They're smart enough to do that. But honestly, you must come to Woodhull. It's just a magical, wonderful group of incredible people who are working very hard toward the salvation of all. And it's a really fun party. It's so fun.
Yeah, there's such a blast.
And you get to meet me and Ellen.
Yeah, people are very
And
warm,
happy.
just as you got example.
Anytime.
Yeah.
It is a lot of fun. Definitely encourage people to come. And
It's transformative for some people, just to realize if you're living in a smallish town and you're the only one like you, if you come to Woodhull, you realize you're not alone.
Yeah.
There are lots of people, quote unquote, like you out there, people who want to have the sexuality be a more healthy, integrated part of their life, and a more correct representation of their values going forward. And it is ongoing work, and it's available to anyone. No height, no height restrictions, no age, no weight restrictions. No, it just, if you have a body, you get to come to the party.
Yeah, I love that.
What I love about Woodhull is they try and be really, really inclusive and really accessible. And from what I've seen or experienced, if someone says, this is inaccessible for me, the answer is never, oh, well, we couldn't do any better. What are you going to do? It's always like, oh,
Thanks for sharing.
how do we think about this, or how do we address it next time?
Yeah.
So even what I really love about Woodhull is it is this great experience. You'll meet amazing people. If you show up, and your mileage may vary, and you don't have this amazing experience, please tell somebody. Please tell a volunteer. Please tell someone who's presenting. Tell someone like me board, because they really will. Like that's an aspiration that's real and that's legitimate, and that's like, oh, we can do something to make this more accessible. We're on it.
Yeah.
So I absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you both so much for your generous time, the brilliant topic.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you in a couple months.
Yes, I can't wait.
Yay!
If you're watching this and you have questions or comments, please leave them below. We'll try to get them answered for you.
See you in
Follow
August.
us on Twitter.
Yes, follow on Twitter. I'm Nina Land and at Ellen Willert, Willert, and we will talk to you on Twitter.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you,
Thank
Ellen.
you.
Mwah.
Thanks, Kathy. Thank you, Nina.
Bye.